Okay, so getting ready to do another video. So I'm doing 2 videos in one day, but this one will not be ready until tomorrow. So I'm prepping my food because every Monday I cook food and take to Gainesville so we can have food to eat after the food distribution. So I've been doing that every week since the I've been going to Gainesville helping out with the food distribution. So I always cook on Mondays and take it on to Gainesville on Tuesday. So once we finish eating, once we finish with the food distribution, we can have a good meal to eat. So what I'm going to do is prepare pepper steak, but I'm not going to cook it. I'm going to put it in the Crockpot bowl, put it in the refrigerator, and I'll actually cut it on and let it cook in the Crockpot while we're at the food distribution. So what I have is steak. I have got it really cheap at Food Depot. It was I got top round steak. It was about $8. You probably can get it cheaper than that, but just went in there, ran in there real quick. And what you want to do, you want to cut your steak across the grain. So this is the grain right here. This is the grain. You want to cut the steak so it'll be good and tender. You want to cut it like this, pieces like this, in small pieces. And I'll actually cut it once I stop recording because once again I'm waiting on my cameraman, but he's nowhere to be found. So as you can see, I'm making my marks. So this is how you will cut it into pieces. And so I have about 4 of these that I'm going to do. So I'm going to go ahead and cut up my steak and cut up my peppers. When I get to my peppers, I'll show you how I cut those up once I get to those. But these are the ingredients. And I also will post the ingredients. It calls for soy sauce, brown sugar, ginger, and I need to get garlic. It calls for ginger and garlic. And I am, like I told you before, I am huge garlic, so I will be using this chopped garlic because I love garlic. Okay, so what I'm doing now is I'm cutting my bell peppers and onions. So what I do, I cut the top of my bell pepper up, and then I take the seeds out of the bell pepper. Take the seeds out. And then what I do with the crown of it, I cut around and I use this part and I just put it over in there. My meat is already chopped up. I've chopped my meat up, and then and so with the bell pepper, like I said, I take my seeds out, and then I cut it into, since it's pepper steak, I cut them into big pieces. And so I will do that with my, all of my bell peppers, which I have different colored bell peppers. And then I will do that with my onions, and then I will stick it all in there together. Okay, so this is my meat, my bell peppers, red, green, yellow, orange, and onions cut up, put into the crock pot pan, and I'm going to just put this in the refrigerator just like this. In the morning I will get up and I'll add the rest of the ingredients to it, and before I put it in the crock pot, I'm just prepping this so I won't have to do it in the morning when I get up, because I don't do mornings. Good morning. Okay, so I took my pepper steak out of the refrigerator after I put it in the refrigerator last night, and as you can see, it looks so beautiful. It smells even better than it looks. Now I'm going to put the rest of my ingredients in, and it said the recipe that I'm going to post for you says 1.5 pounds of beef. I think I have like maybe 4, so I'm gonna, or 6. I don't know. I have a lot, so I'm going to triple my the recipe. So it asks for 3 tablespoons of soy sauce. So I'm actually going to do Two, three, 4, 5, 6. I'm tripling the recipe because I have more beef than what is called for. So I just put soy sauce. It calls for soy sauce. I just put soy sauce. It says a 1/4 teaspoon of garlic, so I'm gonna do 4 of these. I mean 3 of these. 1, 2, 3. That's the ginger. And it asks for the same amount for garlic powder. I don't use garlic salt because it's too salty, so I use garlic powder, and I actually use actual garlic. Their recipe didn't call for any garlic, but as you know, I love garlic, so I'm just putting the rest of this chopped garlic in it. So add 4 tablespoons of brown sugar. Again, like I said, I tripled my recipe because I have more beef, so I'm tripling my recipe for what it's asking for. And it says 1½ cup of beef stock. You can get canned, beef stock, beef broth. But what I'm going to do, I'm going to put in a beef cube to make, it'll make beef stock for me as it melts. So I just put it in, and then I use the better than the roasted beef base. So what I'll do here, so what I'm gonna do here, I'm putting some into here, and then I'm gonna put some water in it. So, and I'm just gonna stir it. So basically I'm making my own broth. So that's 1. 2. 3. 4. And then a half. Because like I said, I tripled my recipe. Okay. So now, all of the ingredients are in. Just gonna give it a little stir. And then I'm going to put it in the pressure cooker, and I will show you what to put it on when I get to my destination. I'm gonna put it in the, we're gonna travel with it when I get to Gainesville. This is the Tuesday's dinner. It's pepper steak, the Crockpot. So once I get to Gainesville, I'll show you what I'm going to put it on and for how long to cook it for. Okay, so I've made it to Gainesville. I put it on low. It's on low, and I let it cook for 5 hours. So it's in the crock pot. So by the time we get back from the food bank, I will show you the finished product. 5 hours on low, or until your steak is tender. And voila, this is the done finished product. I will show it to you over rice once I plate it, but this is it. Delicious.